They're not going to run around. They're not going to desert him. And so they're going to go ahead and get a quick re-empower. Another EGA player goes, or another UL player goes down, excuse me. And UL now backing up all the way towards their side, pushing forward. We see UL trying to, my dogs are barking, excuse me. Another it looks like that thief still down for UL, and UL pushing ahead. And another BGA player two more BGA players going down. UL trying to finish them off. And I think this round is almost over. Actually, the banner's coming down from BGA, getting their player back up. Their player's going to get right back down by UL. And UL keeping the pressure up on BGA. I have to go see what my dogs are barking at in a second here. But me and Rick Astley will be right back. That round's going to go to UL.
Those references too strong.
Yeah. But that seemed to be pretty close for a little bit until that end there. Though BGA did drop that one player at the beginning due to being over aggressive.
Yeah, just seeing the pirate ship style kind of messing with both guilds' melee is just not really able to sustain through it, and so you see a lot of downs from both sides. It's really who can actually clean up the downs, who can get their own downs back up. All about the rally war. Interesting thing that we're actually seeing from both guilds is they're both doing the smoke blasts, but neither of them are really fully committing to it. So they aren't really using the focuses, they aren't really using like swapping to hammers or swapping to longbows on warriors and stuff like that to get the extra blasts. So both of them getting like stealth engages, but they're kind of weak.
Yeah, so. I mean UL is switching between Veil and blasting smokes, so I mean maybe they're not very confident in actually being able to blast it to its maximum potential and being able to get 10 plus seconds of stealth.
I'm pretty sure we've seen UL blasted for pretty long durations in the past though, haven't we? I want to say one of the guilds that was doing it.
Probably. Actually, versus the Guild Unknown, I think they were pulling out the focus blasts. I don't know why they're not doing that tonight though.
Maybe since they just wanted to swap to a more sit back and wait style, they wanted to kind of use all their melee as bait.
Sure, but at the same time, they're not using hammers. They're still just only using, well, not only, but they're still just using greatswords, so they're looking for that aggressive push.
They do have the double ranger and like pretty heavy ranged comp, so.
You know what? UL
yeah, that's
did
true.
UL did not let us down that round. Okay, I'm done.
No, I think you should keep going. And then between rounds, we just need to start playing that.
I only did it because there's no one watching right now. So I felt like I had freedom to do that.
They might watch later when the VODs go up.
Well, yeah, but I'm just testing that. I might do a few more. I have a few more for the him versus IX GVG, which I'm gonna be doing my best to hype up as many viewers as possible.
Starts at 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Alrighty, it's time. There's an owl that's been living in my backyard, using it as its hunting grounds, and my dogs do not like sharing a backyard with the owl. They get very territorial. They want to go and bark at the owl. So 30 seconds is the start, and that is actually going to be right now. So the round getting started here, BGA pushing forward, and UL taking the veil this time. No stealth from them. I think that's because of the gank. They had a little less thief in there. And BGA already on top of them, but UL we saw last time, Cap going around, wide around BGA, the back line of them getting punished right now by UL. UL almost downs a player. Looks like a BGA player almost is very low. A ranger in the back, the gank on top of him. BGA actually is going to lose a necro here, so good job early by UL, generating the early downs and pushing BGA into a corner, letting them come to them that time, doing the same thing they did the last round, and generating it down early on. Now BGA on the offensive pushing in, however, and Ellie very low, going to go down off to the side. Another player going down from BGA, 2 down, chaos everywhere, and they're going to have to pick right now. They're going to go ahead and choose the Ellie to get back up. That Ranger going to go ahead and be cleaved out. UL now pulling back, BGA pushing on top of them, and UL looks like BGA has caught a player from UL. However, that BGA player is down as well. The rally war between the two, and it looks like they're going to lose it. BGA lost the rally war with a player in their own stack. And now BGA losing another player on their side. BGA has to pull all the way back to their starting position here, and just to try to reset the fight and try to get things back to mid and make sure and let the momentum go in their way. But Cap pushing in doesn't want to let them do that, and we see BGA losing another player. a Necro, I can't talk tonight, getting caught in the middle of that. Cap saw him low, he went immediately for him, and now BGA, the player down for UL in the middle of that as well, but that BGA player finished off by the Rangers, excuse me. I was in a shadow refuge, I'm sorry about that. But now BGA being pushed back all the way to their starting side again right now, and UL actually loses a player. It looks like a Necro going down from UL. However, UL going to catch another BGA player out of position. The Ellie, again, Ellie gets back to the BGA train. BGA going to go for the hard res right now. However, he is going to get back up. Cap pushed a little bit too deep, and another BGA going to be down in the middle of that. So BGA losing players left and right now is an expression I love to use, literally forward and back. And low Ellie right now getting trained down, popping everything he can to try to stay alive, but he is low. The Condi probably going to catch him. He's going to go down in the back of BGA's train. BGA, not enough players to get it back up. Cap with a full push on BGA, and that's going to be GG as UL takes the fourth round, and that's going to be 5 rounds down. UL wins the GVG, and they still have 2 more rounds to go, but we may see BGA pull out some wins the next 2 rounds, but UL taking the 4 rounds and winning GVG. So congrats to them.
It's okay, Georgie. I know English is really hard, especially in the middle of those rounds there.
The Wally War was real at parts in parts of that. I mean, we saw a player from UL get caught in BGA's train, and a BGA player went down. I think that he actually killed him from downstate to win his own rally war with the BGA train, putting damage on him. So he got back up, and UL able to take that round. Seemed the dominance right now from UL. They struggled
Some
early
really
in that
weird
round.
engages that round, though, especially at the start with kind of guilds being kind of spread out through that entire back section of the OS.
Mm-hmm.
And then even into the center with a down player killing another down player to rally himself. Like,
Guys, the Luke really that old? Is that his birthday? His name? I have no idea. Wally War. Yes, the Wally War. So again, 2 more rounds, and then we're gonna start BMO versus Gun Squad. Boom, boom. The root shooting guild from Tier 1. I gotta get better with that one. That was poor performance. Alright, Daloon is not that old for him. I believe he might have left after I said that. Excuse me, but sorry. So the next round gonna get started here soon. 2 more rounds to go on this. Okay, I got you, man. The 1956 threw me off for a sec, so 2 more rounds to go on this one. 1920, whoa! 2 more rounds to go on this GVG, but well fought by both sides. BGA, even though right now they're getting a little bit pushed around, however, they're not going down easy. UL struggling to get these wins. They have to work hard for them. The BGA has proven time and time again they are not a pushover. Maybe the score doesn't always reflect that, but guilds struggle against them. Alright, guild with it. At the next round, gonna start in about 48 seconds here, exactly. Alright. Let's see. I'm looking at Jim's character. Oh, what are you playing tonight? You on your Sir? Balanced Whitehelm. I get that name. Pretty fun.
because
Rangers.
the pew pew is really balanced, yeah.
Yeah, that. Ooh, the longest range in the game. Let's go. So BGA, hoping they can. I think they're gonna take these next 2 rounds. I have faith. And BGA now pushing forward in the middle of the OS. And looks like UL gonna actually make an engage this time. Cap leaping forward, getting some distance. BGA didn't stealth this last round, and now they're gonna go ahead and power behind their wall of reflection early on. The range pressure coming out this time from BGA, they're bringing it back out. They put it away for a few rounds, going for the more traditional aggressive, just run out at them and fight engages. Now they're going back to the range pressure. I think they're just testing out the difference between the two. Cap pushes in right now onto BGA, and he gets punished for that. BGA, though, doesn't come out unscathed either. However, 1 player down from UL on the push, 2 players down from UL on the push, and BGA going ahead, getting aggressive right now, punishing UL for that poorly timed engage from them. And now UL, however, another player down. So 3 players going to go down. Actually, a 4th player going to go down here. BGA crushing early in the round. Another 1 player's down from BGA right now. They're trying to get him up. Cap is on top of him. 2 players down from BGA right now. They get them both back up. So BGA keeping all their players right now. And looks like another down player from UL. Cap actually down. They're trying to hard res him. And BGA going to put the pressure on him. However, Cap all alone right now. 3 or 4 frontline with him. And BGA keeps the pressure on top of him. He is, they're in a weak spot right now. They have trouble playing from behind, it seems, in the past. This won't be any exception. And as BGA actually, they failed to finish that Guardian right there off to the side. However, finally they finish him off. They're very low right now. The Lich is on top of them, actually generating downs, and BGA gets the rally off that, luckily, just in time. However, Cap pushes into a low BGA group. BGA very low. The rest of his front line not really there for the follow-up, and the team not on him right now. So BGA losing a player here. It looks like he is not going to see a banner today. And the daylight will not come as Cap pushed back to their side, trying to finish off another BGA player. But BGA wants to finish this off, pushing into UL, going full aggressive right now. A few of the BGA players going a little bit too deep, however. And now Cap looking for backliners as he does. When the going gets tough, Cap gets going as UL pushes in all together now, trying to finish that Ellie. They do manage to down the Ellie. They manage to down another player, trying to res him onto the side. He was too low to be going for that, and they might get both of them here. They do get one of the players, and so BGA still, or UL still staying in this fight. That Ellie is down to the side. He's getting hard res, and I think he might be going back down here. He hits the wall, the line of warding, and that is going to stop him in his tracks. He's going to go down. He'll come to misform in a second here. A misform Ellie, and that actually gets the rally. The misform Ellie going to get back up. Being trained right now by BGA. Cap going for the empower right now, and another low Ellie. It looks like a low Guardian going to go down here. Cap on top of that, trying to finish him off. This bubble knocking it back. The stability is very weak. However, another silver soldier right now for BGA getting stomped out. So BGA leaking players might be throwing this round right now. Cap finishes another one off. They're fighting with about 6 or 7 players left for UL, and I think this round is now in favor of UL, and UL does take that round. So BGA, they had the advantage for most of the round. However, a few crucial mistakes and a few crucial plays by UL ended up turning it around. And so UL, not very good at coming from behind, ends up winning that 6th round with a lot of players out already.
The game of throws.
though honestly,
You win,
like
or
there
you
was
die.
very
Or you burn your daughter on the stake.
there's very little. Wow.
That just got really dark really fast.
If you guys saw last night episode, you'd understand.
But there was very little pressure on UL's Rangers, 2 Rangers that UL was running, and those 2 basically hard carried the round for UL, just picking off all of the squishies from BGA, like 1 by 1.
Yeah, BGA's, I think as they've described it, counter gank SF Condielli, just not able to do enough work against those 2 Rangers.
Condielli. So one more round to go in this GVG, and then we see GS. They're all hyped up off to the side. BMO here as well. I'm gonna go ahead after this round and immediately switch over to my other account as we get excited, as we get hyped up for the final round of this. And for the first round coming soon, it should be about probably a little bit after 11 o'clock Eastern time between BMO and GS. That was a very interesting way to say those 2 names.
Time's been called 4:30.
4:30, so the last round's going at 4:30 in about 20 seconds, or 50 seconds from now. I'm not very good at math. I haven't done math test today. Quite depressing.
Math is hard, English is hard, life is hard.
Everything's hard. I'm just bad at it all.
That's why I made a Ranger, man. All you gotta do is just press 2. You just won the game.
Press 2 and you win. So the next round, again, 20 seconds here. Last round between BGA and UL. BGA came out strong tonight, but UL brought it back here in the later rounds, or most of the rounds. That last round we thought was going to be BGA, and UL ended up turning it around. Able to, that's making me laugh, able to turn that around and win the round. So lots of rounding tonight. And BGA going ahead, pushing forward, but they're going to hang out with the range pressure, not really wanting to overcommit right now. Cap sees this, staying back, watching out for the heavy pressure coming down. They dropped some walls of reflection to both sides, so a little bit more reminiscent